Hey there, it's Caitlin. Today me and Bea will be covering the topic, if I go to get help for my eating disorder, will I be taken seriously when I'm not underweight? Okay, so I think this topic is kind of difficult because sometimes it is very difficult to get help. But if somebody tells you that you aren't able to get help because of your weight, then they're not a professional that you should see. Then they have a problem, not you. What you need if you're struggling is someone who will give you the help and support and help you get over this. You don't need somebody who's going to end up making you feel worse. It's a huge step to admit that you need help, and I believe help should not be denied to people who know that they need it, who want to do something, who want to change. If people were given help, long before other complications arose, we'd probably have a lot, more recovered people. Sometimes it's really hard to get into an inpatient unit. Hospitals are incredibly full. They have long waiting lists. Sometimes people who are in really critical condition are waiting on lists to get into hospitals. And it is unfair because you have people who are dying who aren't getting in there. You have other people who are struggling, who are turned away because they do not fit the technical criteria. And it is absolutely unfair. And if you don't feel like inpatient is for you, or if you have trouble getting into inpatient, there are other options. There are therapists, some who specialize in eating disorder treatment, a lot of other kinds of mental health professionals as well, mental health counselors, social workers, etc. And there are also eating disorder support groups, which are often run by the therapists that specialize in eating disorders. They should take you seriously. If they don't take you seriously, as I said before, they're a professional that you do not want to be seeing. Because if you've come this far, you know that you need help and that your life needs to change, then you've had enough. So, if they do specialize in eating disorders, they shouldn't turn you away. When I sought help, I found a therapist in my area that specialized in eating disorders. And at the time, I weighed about what is average for my height. And I was a little hesitant to go and see somebody because I was afraid that I would be laughed at. But I'm so glad that I did it, and I was never laughed at. And I was given help, and we worked through, all eating and, every other underlying psychological issue. And never once did she question whether or not I had a problem. She was there to help me. If you can find somebody like that, and there should be people out there like that, and if you ever run into problems along the way, just remember that you deserve help because you need it. And as I said, you've taken the first biggest step and admitted that you needed it. And so my therapy went pretty well. We developed a pretty good relationship, and things did improve over time. So I think that there is help out there, not enough of it. And I think that hospitals sometimes aren't the easiest places to get into and get help and treatment, even though they ought to be. But there are a lot of other support groups and mental health professionals if you cannot or do not want to go into a hospital. that will be willing to help you, that are knowledgeable on the subject, and that can really work. And I would stress that you never ever let your weight, whether you're overweight, normal weight, underweight, deter you from getting the help that you need. I guess that's all I have to say on the topic. I think Bia will be making her video later, and I think she should have quite a bit to say. So I'll talk to you all later.